making a movie today. It's exciting. Nick Slatkin and I have worked extremely hard since August, and it's now January, on developing the story that Nick originally created to get to this point, and it's awesome to see us at this point.
My name is Nick Slatkin. I play Jordan Sims in the Attackmen. Playing Jordan was kind of a little bit of a relief, a real big catharsis for me, because I've been holding in this repression as Jordan did since I was 8. I went to an Episcopalian school from the ages of 5, so 1st grade till 7th grade. It was a very good education. It was like one of the best educations in town. I remember one day in 4th grade around Christmas time, there were Christmas decorations all over the school. We were singing Christmas carols, and me being Jewish was just like, oh, I kind of felt left out. All of a sudden, something just happened with these kids, like it happened with me. Kid came into school, started making fun of me because I was Jewish, and basically everything that I loved doing, this kid and a bunch of other kids came down on me saying, you can't do this, you're a dirty Jew. My brother had it a little bit too. We weren't the kids who were like the normal kids. Not just saying just because we were Jewish, but our parents taught us to speak our mind and to be proud of who we are and where we came from. And that kind of caused a little bit of an uproar at our school, and being the kind of instigators that we were, we decided to keep going with that because we didn't want to compromise who we were as individuals.
So with this, we've really tried to make the effort to get really good actors to shoot on 35, just to get the best that we can to, I think, really show off Topher's talent and a really good story.
Topher is a real actor's director. He gives you your space, and he gets in your head to the point where you constantly hear him, even though he's not speaking to you. You know where he's put his idea out there and his vision for how he wants a scene to go, how he wants your character to evolve. I think by working with Topher throughout this whole process kind of got me in the mindset of where he wants us to go and how he wants a scene to go without compromising my choice as an actor. He's been a great friend and just support for me since I've been out here and on this project. So I'm very thankful that I've met Topher Straus. And if it wasn't for Topher bringing in Brian and bringing in Daniel, and then Daniel bringing in Sherry, and everybody coming together, I don't think we would have done the Attackmen. I don't think we could have gotten this caliber film.
We're used to working on the fly and not having to set up things for so long, and it's working really well. As far as preparation, like storyboarded every shot, and we're able to adjust with it, but it's been a tremendous amount of preparation. That's what we just shot.
It's going decent. A little, as films, you're always like a little further behind than you'd like to be, but we're trying to do a lot with a little. But it's coming along. It's looking cool.
So far, real well. It was a little chilly this morning, but other than that, it's been fine. And the cast is great. I think Topher's got some real good actors in here, so we'll see what happens.
Hi, Mom. And yeah, that's it. It's like any other movie shoot. I can't tell the difference between this and any other movie shoot.
How's it going so far?
It's going pretty well. Just have a busy, big day today.
Your scene's up.
I gotta go suit up. Slow budget. It's cool. See you later.
I couldn't have asked for a better cast. Dan and Brian and Topher just brought in such an amazing team to surround myself and Ryan and Ben and all the other actors just to tell an amazing story. Because sometimes these stories, if you're trying to show something, they get lost in the lack of the talent. And I think everybody just took to their character very well. Everybody just, for some reason, related to this and brought their own experiences to the character, which I think turned out really wonderful. Working with Marshall Bell was kind of surreal because I've grown up. I watched Stand By Me. I've seen Total Recall, and he's just he's one of those guys that puts everything into his character, and you feed off that. I think I learned a lot talking with Marshall and Michael Sham as well. I remember we'd just be sitting within takes, and they'd just be regaling us with stories of their career and telling us a little bit how they got started, but just giving us a new, like, not a new lease on life, because I'm still like a new filmmaker, but it just kind of, you know, reinvigorated my drive. The guys we got, like Michael Seamus Wiles and Jeffrey Combs and Dominic Keating and Marshall Bell, just, you don't think you're gonna do that. You get that type of caliber actor to act with, you know, an up-and-coming actor, unless it's a huge studio and you get a huge break and you're like shoved in there and they're doing it for money. I think a lot of these guys came to this project because, like Dan said earlier, that it was, you know, they felt something about it. And that's why one of the reasons I became an actor, not because of the money and things like that, is because I want to tell a story that myself, that I can relate to and other people can relate to. But Marshall and Dominic and Michael and Jeffrey were just phenomenal to work with.
My name is Brian Knappmiller, and I'm the producer of the Attackmen. Part of my job on the film is to gather all the talents and try to, you know, make deals with all these people and get them to work on our film. And we were very lucky that we were able to pull together not only an unbelievable cast for this to work in front of the camera, but such an amazingly talented crew behind the camera. From across the board, from our screenwriter Sherry Goodharts, who was amazing to work with, to our award-winning cinematographer Robert Smith, who's worked on, you know, dozens of features, just a great guy and really brought a very unique visual style to the film, all the way to the music, which I think is one of the highlights of the film. Our composer Aaron Zigman, who I thought was just amazing to work with, and we were very lucky to have him working on this film. He did a score for this movie that I think is leaps and bounds above what you will find in a typical short. Working with him was great, especially having him just come off of, you know, the Sundance favorite Alpha Dog, which was out last year. To have him do music for our film, it really added a whole other level of talent and quality to our film that is, you know, we were lucky to have.
I liked the script, and I liked the message that Topher's come up with for it. And I thought, well, you know, this looks like an interesting short.
It's a nice, very nice, like movie quality script, and how can you not? I mean, these guys might make Napoleon Dynamite 2, you know, whatever, and I want to be in it. You know, I think it's good to be in these kinds of projects if you can.
We're currently in post-production right now, and hopefully if you're watching this, it's done and in your DVD player. This is the last day of sound and post-production on the Attackmen.
I always wish there was the sound of tinkling glass on the shot. That there's some kind of very small debris raining down on that shot. It just seems a little quiet for me.
I am Aaron Reddick. I am the re-recording mixer for the Attackmen and the supervising sound editor. It's finally something with a decent story and something that actually has something to say. I do a lot of independent films that have very little to say, although they're interesting to do with the soundtrack, and the soundtracks always come out well. A lot of times the stories are just, you know, they're lacking. But this story has something pretty amazing, I think.
And I had to beg Aaron to, literally, I would call you like every week and be like, okay, this is gonna be good, come on, can we get you attached?
Right.
And Aaron was like, let me see it, and then I'll make the decision. So we're just, we're all just so happy. The results are awesome. Did a wonderful job.
Cool.
High five.
Right.
Hi, Topher.
Hey.
Where are we?
We are right outside the dub stage to do our final mix on the movie. Very exciting day. A lot of closure today.
And I've got a burrito. I'm going to close this in a second. This is where they're doing the screening of the Attackmen right now. What are we doing?
We are finalizing the mix right now.
We just got out of the screening on the big stage, and look at the smile on my face. Right, Topher? I'm gonna have a perma-grin for a long time. One of the main goals is just to obviously get our message across and just to have fun with it, and you know, just tell a good story. And I think we've done that to the point where we have good writing, we have good production, and you know, we just, you know, I think we made a really good film.
ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap!